Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Ramadan Reminder 11. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, "And whatever the messenger gives you, take it, and whatever he forbids you, abstain from it, and fear Allah. Indeed, Allah is severe in punishment." When people hear the word Sunnah, what comes to mind? For many, it's things like eating with the right hand, growing a beard, using a miswak. Of course, important aspects of the Sunnah, no doubt. But is that all the Sunnah is? The Sunnah is not just personal habits. It's the complete way of life of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It includes his commands, his judgments, his leadership, his rulings on society, justice and governance. To follow the Sunnah is to follow the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam in every aspect of life, not just in personal practices, but in how we live, how we judge, and how we establish Islam in society. Brothers and sisters, many Muslims believe the Sunnah refers only to recommended actions, like extra prayers or voluntary fasting. But in reality, the Sunnah is much broader. For example, it includes actions that are fard, obligatory. So when we say we follow the Sunnah, we are not just talking about extra acts of worship, we are talking about how we live Islam completely. But some people say the Quran is enough for us. But is this really true? The Quran commands us to pray, but how do we know how to pray? The Quran tells us how to fast, but how do we fast correctly? The Quran orders us to establish justice, but how do we implement it? All of these answers come from the Sunnah. The Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't just deliver the Quran, he was sent to explain it, implement it, and establish it in society. Following the Sunnah is not optional, it is a command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now let's ask ourselves, what was the mission of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Was it just to teach us how to pray and fast? Or was it to establish Islam, spread the message and guide the Ummah? His Sunnah was not just personal acts, his Sunnah was his mission. The Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam dedicated his life to calling people to Islam, implementing Islam in society, and defending and protecting the deen. Yet today, how many of us see continuing his mission as part of his Sunnah? Are we just following a few personal Sunnahs while neglecting his command to establish and uphold Islam? Brothers and sisters, the Sunnah is not just a set of traditions, it's the practical implementation of the Quran. If you found this reminder beneficial, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe.